It's the Happy Hippo Harmonium channel here, and today we're going to be looking at a version of Sita Ram by Ben Ciel, but the version that I saw was sung by Krishnabai and Mooji. So let's get going and let's check it out. So first I'll sing the song for you, and then afterwards we'll break it down. Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram. So, as you may have seen, the song consists of 3 different melodies and 2 different chord progressions. So let's have a look at the chords first. So this song has 4 chords in it, and these chords are C minor, and that consists of the notes C, E flat and G. Then we've got A flat major, and that consists of the notes C, E flat and A flat. Then we've got E flat major, and that consists of the notes B flat, E flat and G. And finally, B flat major. Now for the B flat major, I like to leave this middle D out and simply play B flat and F. So in this song, all chords are held for a count of 4. So let's have a look at the first progression. And the first progression goes like this. It goes C minor to A flat major, stepping down to B flat major, and then back to C minor. So when you're playing this progression, I do recommend to step down. So once you're at the A flat major, stepping down back to the C flat major before you go to the B flat major. And then from the B flat major, when you're then returning to the C minor, I recommend to use this note here, the E flat, as your transfer note. So go. And that just gives the whole thing a sort of smooth feel, which is really what you're after. So that's how I'd recommend to learn it. And then when we look at the melody over top of the progression, the important thing to note is that the Ram of the Sita Ram comes in on the first beat. So it's not the Sita, but the Ram that comes in on the first beat. So the way I learnt this is by counting myself in. So I counted myself in, and then I also counted in between the melody. So what I'll do is I'll do that for you, and then you'll get the hang of it. So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Sita Ram, 2, 3. Jai Jai Ram, 2, 3. Sita Ram, 2, 3. Jai Jai Ram, 2. And that counting in is probably needed at the start, but once you've got it, you can just forget about that and get right into the song, and you'll get it, no worries. So let's have a look at the 2 melodies that are sung over this first chord progression. And basically, in my opinion, it's just important that you get the start of the melody, because if you've heard the melody often enough, then the rest will naturally follow. So the first low part starts like this. It goes Sita Ram. And once you've got that, you should be able to sing the low part. Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram. The second part, which again utilizes the exact same chord progression, goes like this. Sita Ram. So, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram. basically, in order to be able to use them in a song, I found what was really helpful is if you sing the low melody and then the high melody. Because if you do that often enough, you can go into them without even needing to think about it. So let's have a look at the higher melody, particularly the second chord progression. And the second chord progression goes like this. It goes A flat major, to E flat major, to E flat major again, and then to B flat major. And basically, remembering that each chord is held for a count of 4, and now knowing that we have E flat major twice, you could say that E flat major is held for a count of 8. And again, with this second progression, when you sing the melody over top, it's the Ram that lands on the first beat. By now, because you're probably going to be starting with a lower progression, it should be relatively easy to, continue that pattern. But I'll count it out for you anyway. So 1, 2, 3. Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram, 2, 3, Jai Jai Ram, 2, 3, Sita Ram, 2, 3, Jai Jai Ram, 2, 3. So if you want at the beginning, you can not only add the 1, 2, 3, Sita Ram, you can also add the 2 and the 2, 3 count in the middle. Once you've got the song down and you've got the feel for it, that's no longer necessary. Apart from that, the only other tricky thing in this song is connecting the first part, i.e. the first progression, to the second progression. And the way you do that is by using a couple of transfer notes, I guess you could call them. It's not 100% necessary that you use them, but if you don't use them, it sounds a bit weird for half a second and then you're back into it. So what I'll do is I'll sing through the lower part, so the first chord progression, and then I'll connect it to the second chord progression, and then I'll show you how. So, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And really, all you need to do when you play the chord progression, the first chord progression, and you want to then connect it to the second chord progression, is use the F and the G. So, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram. It's just really a step up. Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram. But again, like I said, it's not 100% necessary. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. It'll sound a little bit off pitch for a second, but once you're back into it, you're back into it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, just post them in the comment box, and I'll see you in the next video.